Hey everyone, I'm back. What's going on? I mean, the seed was pretty good, but I'm not entirely stupid for forgetting to grab the wheat, right? Right? Okay, so to answer any questions that might be had during the actual run, first of all, no, initially it is not in sub 15 pace. Of course, this is because I didn't grab the 17 wheat that was going to bring me to victory, but yeah, no, I didn't do that, so great. I'll explain more during the run, and if you like this video, please consider subscribing and drop a comment. Let me know what I can do better, and yeah, enjoy the trash run that I'm about to show you. Alright, so obviously we start off by creating our brand new world. I'm pretty sure this was attempt 1486. Yeah, it was. I always turn my worlds on easy because hoglins just hate me. They just hate me. Let me be very blunt. They just hate me. They'll kill me whenever they see me. So I like to put it on easy just so I don't take as much damage. So I spawn in, and I notice out north nothing else is generating. So I'm thinking, okay, there's got to be an ocean out there, right? Like, yeah. So I'm going towards that tree, and of course I notice that there's ocean that way, so I'm like, okay, yeah, this is probably ocean. So I'm like, okay, I'm right, let's go get this tree. As I make my way over there, I'm thinking, okay, so how am I going to play this out? I think maybe I should craft a boat, go get a shipwreck, and maybe find a lava ravine down, which is, you know, the normal thing for me. And I decided to go past because I noticed some dolphins. So I'm like, all right, I see a shipwreck out in the distance. Let's take some dolphins. Let's go get that shipwreck, you know. So I proceed to do so, and I notice right below me there's a magma ravine, and I'm like, oh, all right, this is cool. So I'll go get that shipwreck and come back and get the magma ravine and the wood and build my portal inside of that ravine. So here's where the crucial mistake that I made comes in. This was a full shipwreck, and I just didn't register that I should have gotten food from it. So I just got the iron and dipped. Inside of that chest, the food chest, was 17 wheat. You already notice I'm losing hearts here, which is a great start. So, but if I had grabbed that 17 wheat, I would have been set for the rest of the run. And I would have gotten probably sub 15 if I played it correctly. So, yeah, cool. Made my way back over. Got ready to grab the tree. Left the dolphins. Just kind of made my way over. Started mining the tree. I'm thinking, you know, this is pretty good pace. You know, got the wood going. I know where the magma ravine is. I don't have to worry about going out and looking for one. This could be a sub 3-minute entry if I'm fast enough. Which I'm kind of clumsy. I decided to use the crafting menu because my hands were a little shaky from previous runs. Just because I'm a dork, and that's how it goes. I struggle a bit using my brain to calculate what I should make, and I deduct that I'll probably just use the rest of the tree and make actually important tools. So I make a shovel. I needed to make doors, so I'm pretty sure that my brain registered that I needed to make doors. 3, 2, 1, doors. Yep, called it. Not really, I know what happens. So I hop in my boat. Actually, I don't hop in my boat. Sorry, I go down. I start looking for flint. Now, I'm pretty sure my odds here were pretty good, maybe pretty bad. I'm not 100% sure. When it comes to me and flint odds, my odds are either I get it within my first 3 tries, or it takes me anywhere from 20 to 40, which is absolutely ridiculous, and I wish I could get them in consistent, like 9, like the actual odds are meant to be. So I see the pattern for making my portal, and I just get started right away. It wasn't sub 3-minute, but I'm pretty sure it was sub 4-minute. So I just kind of place the dirt, start making the portal. Actually, yeah, it glitched out like that. That happens to me frequently, and it's one of the most annoying things in the universe. And so portal made, I just kind of plop that down, grab that, place it out, do the normal portal setup, you know. I actually didn't. No, did I? No, okay, I did. I did grab lava on this run, just in case I found any hoglins, which I was banking on. I was hoping that I would find hoglins, but I didn't. And at this point, I looked down and noticed that there's a bastion right there, bridge bastion. And I'm just, at this point, my brain's like, oh, dang, okay, this is pretty good pace. So I'm kind of freaking out, like, oh, man. So I get some blocks, and I'm like, okay, how do I get down there? Maybe I'll just use my boat, right? So just whip out my boat, drop down. Render distance was fine. It was a little laggy at that moment, pretty sure for me. I don't know. Build out. I just plop down my boat, and I just drop right like that. Now, I'm not sure if you noticed it, but I didn't. You'll notice it in a second as soon as I notice it. But so I'm just being really safe. I don't have food. I don't really want to take fall damage here. It's just all soul sand biome. So I'm like, okay, dude, this is pretty spooky. I don't want to really take any damage. Now, there were many things that I could have done better here, but I just kind of did it anyway. So I just kind of dropped down onto the gold like that. Just start mining away at it, getting the blocks and stuff. I decided to make the gold helmet just so that they don't attack me, and a helmet because I like my crown personally. So I start mining it, and like all of a sudden I mine that block, and in the distance I see the fortress, and I just start freaking out. Like, okay, this is ridiculous pace. In at 5 minutes, already on the bastion, and I found the fortress, right? Super good pace. Probably gonna skip a little bit here because like it's just me freaking out for about 10 minutes. Well, not 10 minutes, more like 30 seconds. But my chat's telling me to calm down, and I'm like, okay, I'll try because best seed I've ever gotten. And this is where my critical mistake comes in, kind of. So you'll still notice that my food bar is going down and my health is fairly low. So the issue with this is I didn't have any food. And that's what makes this disappointing, because there were so many things I could have done right here. There was a hoglin below me. That's the hard part. Below me, I had no idea, but there was a hoglin. That's a baby hoglin over there, so I'm not too worried about that. But there is a hoglin on the next level down, and I didn't notice it. And I should have looked for it, because that is what would have saved the run. If I could have gotten the food from that, I could have saved the run like that. I could have saved the run with the wheat. But the wheat was definitely the biggest one, because that one I would have known guaranteed that it was there. So I start doing dip strat, and just doing the regular thing, hoping that I don't get hit. Just start kind of rounding them all up in there, hoping that I get some good odds, maybe something that I can use to get food. That guy hits me, and I don't know why. Like, he saw the gold, but he still decides to hit me, so now I'm below half health. I had rotten flesh, but that kind of made my situation worse, as it gave me hunger. But if I had the bread, then I probably would have been able to survive this entire encounter and the entire run. And, it may not have been sub 15 because of other factors that probably would have happened. But I definitely could have gotten sub 15 if I tried. So here, you'll notice I forgot to grab the string from that chest, like a complete dork, and I just feel so dumb for that. But I decided to go look in the chests to see if there's like any food whatsoever at this point, because I'm like, okay, I need something to eat, because I did realize like I don't have any food, and there are a lot of things I could have done to like do better at getting what I needed, but I just, at the time, I wasn't thinking about it, and I regret it entirely. So I decided to grab some pants, get this full gold armor drip going. That just came out of my mouth. I need help. Anyways, I have the gold. Everything's good. More soul speed so that I'm able to move quickly through the soul sand biome. So I noticed the fortress over that way, and I'm like, oh god, what am I going to do here? So I go back to look at the trades I've gotten, and I'm pretty sure at this point I got full all the pearls I needed and more. So I just grabbed all that, just good amount of pearls, At this point, I could have left, but I decided not to because I was like, okay, maybe a couple more pearls just in case I need to get to a good blind travel location. Depends on where the the spawner is, and just gonna cruise along, make my way there. But yet again, the entire run was screwed over because I didn't have food. You'll notice I have 6 hearts currently, and what I really wanted was full hearts. I get more pearls there actually, and I seem to have pretty good pearl odds, so I'm just more pearls. I'm always happy with how many pearls I get on runs, but I always just make some stupid mistake on my runs, and it's just so dumb. I could have so many better PBs. My current PB as of today is 26-25, but I could do so much better than that, and I haven't because I keep just choking every single good seed that I get somehow. And so I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh god, I can't really pearl, can I? Because I don't want to lose health, right? Because, of course you don't want to lose health. Something that you need for the run. So here's where the disappointing part comes in. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, how do I get over to this fortress quickly while keeping, composure and not throwing the run? So I decide to build, all the way there. I just grab this, and I just, wait. Okay, I have soul speed. Let's use some soul sand. And I'm like, all right. So I just start speed bridging safely with my soul speed boots. And this is where it gets very, very annoying on a number of levels. So I drop down, and all of a sudden there's a ghast just waiting to strike at me. There it is. Ghast shoots. I had to deal with it. I got shot by the blaze at the same time. So there goes more hearts. I'm now down to 2, which is worse. And there's nothing I can do about it. I take off the soul speed to deal with the ghast just so that I'm able to see what I'm doing. This ghast takes way too long for me to deal with. And honestly, I probably could have just ignored the ghast, just done the soul speed bridge, and would have been fine. But I was just so afraid that I didn't want to deal with it. I almost got hit there. That probably would have killed me. And of course, I'm walking along here, not realizing I have the soul speed boots. Just so dumb. So I start building across, making my way there. I'm always afraid, oh my god, they're going to knock me off. But I forget that blazes can't really do that. So this is where it gets pretty disappointing. I decide to start looking for food, thinking, all right, maybe I can make some mushroom stew, right? Maybe there's a mushroom stew around here. And I'm like, this could work. This could work, right? So I'm looking over that way, and I don't really see any mushrooms. And I check my inventory, and I don't have any wood. Meaning, I can't create any bowls. Yoo-ha. I don't even know what that was. What the heck is yoo-ha? Anyways. So I just am like, okay, what the heck is this? So I'm looking around for anything that can be used as food. Hoglins, just mushrooms, anything. At this point, I would have been desperate enough to kill zombie pigmen, but I just know from experience that is a terrible, terrible idea. And there's not even that many around in the Soul Sand Valley, which is the hard part. So I drink some more fire res, or I prepare to drink more fire res. And I make my way to what I hope would be a spawner with 2 hearts and almost no food. So I run over here, I equip the fire res, and of course there's a wither skeleton that took me a time to deal with. So there is the first blaze. The wither skeleton. The wither skeleton dropped a stone sword, which is pretty cool. I noticed to my side there is a skeleton, and I just got hit by that blaze. I'm glad it didn't do a lot of damage because holy crap. At this point I have 1 rod and 1 heart. So I'm freaking out at this point because this is some of the best pace I've been on. And just a god's seed, right? I've been on a faster pace. I've been out of the nether at minimum maybe 13 minutes. But the fact that this seed was so good makes it hard. So this skeleton just drops in. And I'm just like, okay, this cannot happen. So I just smack it from over the gravel. And I notice the spawner, and I'm like, okay, I think it's time to get our rods and leave. Hoping that I can make it to the overworld before I die, you know? And maybe grab some like food or maybe a bed and hunger reset. But nope, that didn't happen. So at this point, I have about 3 rods, and I'm like, all right, I can probably do good. There's probably a nice blind travel location right about where I am. Maybe back that way in the like maybe that way towards the basalt deltas, or up there towards the soul sand pocket that's behind the spawner. And I'm like, all right, this could go well, right? You know, we're doing fine. We're hopefully not going to die. There are many things I could have done right here. I'm pretty sure in my inventory I had enough glowstone to craft a respawn anchor, and I should have done that. Yep, I did, and I should have done that. I could have done a respawn there. I had enough to do it, and I didn't. And I feel so dumb because there were so many things that I could have done to keep this run alive, and I just couldn't do it. And it's a huge disappointment. But, you know, sometimes it just doesn't go the way you want, and you learn something new every time you screw up. So I'm hoping that next time I get a seed like this, I won't screw up. At this point, I'm pretty sure I have 5 rods, just in case I throw another fire res, just so that I don't die. And at this point, I'm shaking a little bit because I'm really nervous. I have 6 rods, and I'm like, okay, there's this guy up here. Let's go get him. Alright, so I came all the way down here after my many other attempts, and actually my current PB, which was quite a few attempts afterward, but you know, it was pretty good. I'm happy with it. Not exactly the best, but hey, works for me. So right here is where we want to be. Attempt 1,486. Sorry, I'm not using my head properly. So sub 15 throw. This was pretty difficult to deal with because it's actually a ridiculously good seed. So I'm just going to recreate. Easy, cheats on, no seed changes. It's still the original seed. So the things I could have done differently. First, let's start off by covering everything in that category, just to show off like the rest of the seed, what I could have done correctly and what I did wrong. So let's give Minecraft just a second to wake up. So I'll just go into creative. So I spawned here. I'm pretty sure it was right here that I spawned just about, and I kind of just walked around this way. Yeah. Oh. Anyways, so I walked around this way, saw the ocean, noticed the tree. You get the rest. Saw the dolphins down there. They actually have a pretty frequent spawning time. There's the magma ravine. So that this over here, that's the shipwreck that I saw. First thing I could have done differently. The biggest one by far. In this chest was a piece of TNT, wheat, and potatoes, as well as blast protection. So this could have been much, much better because not only would I have been able to get blocks with the TNT in the nether, but with 17 wheat. 17 wheat makes about, what is it, 5 bread? Yeah, 5 bread. It creates 5 bread with 2 left over, right? 5 bread, it gives you 2.5 for every bread consumed. Now, oh, wait a minute. What's 10 times 2.5? 12.5 bars of hunger. That's enough to fill it up entirely once, plus 1 more piece of bread. So, with the amount of hunger that I lost during that run, with the rotten flesh that I had initially had, as well as the bread that is here, and possibly even the potatoes, I probably would have survived throughout the entire run. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly whip up the portal again. Yes. And you know what? Forget this. I'm just going to set block. So I was right here, you know, let's just say I'm right here. Making portals. Fun, making portals. So, portal, there we go. And in we go at the exact spot that I went in as well. Now, So if you look closely here, you'll notice that on my screen is both the bastion and the fortress. But because of where I was, I didn't notice the fortress. It was there, but all of my stuff and everything was covering it, so my viewers couldn't see it, and I couldn't see it because I was, you know, in a blind panic after I saw the bastion. So I grabbed the gold, but down here should be a hoglin, right? Or up here. I know that for sure a baby and a big guy spawns. When I was on my run, a big guy was down below, I believe. I think it was down here or something. Something like that? Yeah, I think that's it. So, none of the chests, not one, had food. All of them, right? Now let's say I were still on the same pace. Let's say I had left without having to deal with these guys at maybe about, you know, just the classic amount of time. I've got everything I need. I've got my pearls. And let's say I'm at about, what was I at? Maybe 8 or 9 minutes? Maybe 7 minutes? I don't know. Not 100% sure. So here I would just simply pearl. Oh, that was too far. No, it wasn't. It was actually perfect. So then I'd be here with one throw. I would probably eat some bread, regain some health, and I'd probably pearl that way, based on what I would like normally do. And I would end up right here, which is where I wanted to be. Of course, then I would probably look around a bit, notice that the spawner's over here, and then proceed to, you know, do my blaze thing. Now, as I had stated originally in the original run, I was either planning on coming down here and building my portal, but what I was planning to do is I was planning to come over this way and build it. Now, the reason is, I've noticed that throughout my runs, some chords that work well for me are 240 and about -100. I don't know why, it just seems to work fairly well after like 5 or 6 of my runs where it's been almost exactly the same as that. Probably would have built it right here, if I'm going to be honest. And this is where it gets heartbreaking. Because if I had survived and I had killed that one blaze, I would have come over this way. I probably would have dropped, like, right? Okay, well, I would have died. I would have probably jumped, I would have dropped, I would have dropped, I would have come over here, broken the fire, built up, and constructed my portal right here and went in. Now, before I give anything away, what I probably would have done is I probably would have turned around, saw the trees and saw the animals, and I would have come over here and started to just get some food, you know, just get the pigs, get the wood, prepare to make the beds and stuff, knowing that I'm safe. Let's say that at this point, if I had done the run without the food, I would be at about 17 or some odd minutes. So then I would throw the first eye. Do the classic triangulation of -69, nice. I would come this way, just kind of about 50 some odd blocks, and throw again. -61. 8-degree difference from about 50 blocks. So I would have started following that. And I would have food, I'd be good with everything, I would have been just fine. And based on that triangulation from there to there, and it being an 8-degree change, you'd have to assume it's pretty close. So from where my portal is, if we locate here, it is 66 blocks away, and from there it's about 240. But it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. So if we drop down, and we just do this to make sure I'm going to the right chunk. Pretty sure it's this chunk right... why am I grabbing that? This chunk right here? Yes. So let me just find this. So right here. Here we are. In the... I'm sorry for destroying the stick. So here we are in the stronghold. I spy. Got the achievement. That is confusing. This would have been like my only way to go. So I probably would have just come right this way. Maybe I would have looked down that way, not really see anything. You know, nothing really that way. I normally like to do linear. I just like to do right through. And in this case, it would have paid off a lot, because if we come down here, it looks a little scuffed. But if we open the door, there it is. In a direct line from the center, basically in almost direct line with the entrance. And it's really disappointing because I know that this seed is definitely capable of something really good, but I just choked it so hard, and it was so disappointing for me to do that, because I know that I'm capable of times like this. I just need to not screw up, and I did. If I ever get something this good again, expect to see a YouTube video saying how I got a sub 20, maybe even sub 15, or even world record, which I am going for, and you can watch those daily on my Twitch streams at twitch.tv/FastFIFO, where I do, of course, as I stated, stream daily. Mostly speedruns, can sometimes be other things, such as Minecraft challenges, or sometimes Osu, other games like that. And yeah, a certainly disappointing throw. I could have done so much better, but I just didn't. And yeah, disappointing, but sometimes it happens and you learn from your mistakes, and in this case I did. So thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video, and hopefully in my next Twitch stream. Love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.